Hi guys, so we're going to continue our unit on fairy tales and folk tales for our read aloud. And if you remember, folk tales are based on tradition and the beliefs of people. Originally, they've been told orally and passed down. They usually teach us a lesson, and often they use animal characters to represent human qualities. And there's all types of folk tales. There is fairy tales, there is fables, myths, and legends. So the last time we read the book, The Paperback Princess, and your assignments for that week was to, write about the characters or the setting of the story. And here's our little anchor chart about the elements of a story. So then there's the characters, that's who's in the book. It could be animals, people, or things. And then the setting tells us where it happened or when it happens, or both. And then the plot is the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. And we are going to be talking about the plot this week. So you need to be able to tell me what happened at the beginning of the story, what happened in the middle, and what happened at the very end. So let's get on to reading. And I'm going to have to use my computer to show you this book, so hang tight. All right, so here's a story, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and I'm going to try and hold this as steady as you can, and you can find this book on Epic. So Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, Goldilocks was playing in the woods near her home. As she skipped along the pebbly path, her golden locks bouncing, Goldilocks suddenly stopped and sniffed the air. A yummy smell was coming from the middle of the woods. Rumble, rumble. As her tummy grumbled loudly, Goldilocks followed the delicious smell. She soon found herself in front of a little house. I wonder who lives here, she said. Goldilocks knocked loudly on the front door. Knock, knock, knock. But on the last knock, the door swung open. There was no one at home. Goldilocks saw 3 bowls of porridge on the kitchen table. I'm sure no one will mind if I have a little taste of this porridge, she told herself. Goldilocks ate a spoonful of porridge from the biggest bowl. Yuck, she cried. This porridge is much too cold. Goldilocks tried the medium-sized bowl. Ouch, she gasped. This porridge is much too hot. Finally, Goldilocks took a little mouthful from the smallest bowl. She sighed. This porridge is perfect. And she ate it all up. Then Goldilocks went into the living room for a rest. She saw a big chair, a medium-sized chair, and a tiny little chair. Goldilocks climbed onto the biggest chair. This chair is too big, she said. Next, Goldilocks clambered onto the medium-sized chair. The cushions were very squishy. This chair is too soft, she cried. Then Goldilocks tried the tiny chair. This chair is perfect, beamed Goldilocks. She was sitting comfortable when, crack, the chair broke into pieces. Oh no, Goldilocks gasped. Perhaps I should lie down instead. Upstairs, Goldilocks found a big bed, a medium-sized bed, and a tiny little bed. When she jumped on the big bed, it was too hard. The medium-sized bed was too soft for bouncing, and the little bed was perfect, Goldilocks sighed happily, and the little girl crawled under the covers and fell asleep. Meanwhile, 3 hungry bears returned to the little house. They had been for a walk while their hot porridge cooled down, but the door was already open, and there were muddy footprints in the hall. Someone's been eating my porridge, roared Daddy Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge too, growled Mommy Bear. Look, squeaked Baby Bear, my porridge has all gone. The 3 bears went into the living room. Someone's been sitting on my chair, roared Daddy Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair too, growled Mommy Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair, squeaked Baby Bear, and they've broken it. Suddenly, the 3 bears heard a noise coming from upstairs. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, roared Daddy Bear as he stepped into the bedroom. Someone's been sleeping in my bed too, growled Mommy Bear, straightening the cover. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, squeaked Baby Bear. And they're still there. Goldilocks woke up with a start and screamed. The three bears watched in surprise as she ran off through the forest as fast as her little legs could carry her. And guess what? The three bears never saw Goldilocks again. The end. So that was Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and now we've got to talk about the story elements. So the characters, who, where, and when it happened, and the plot. So I'm just very, very briefly going to talk about who the characters were. And there was some animals. It was the three bears, the mama bear, the papa bear, and the little baby bear. And the people, there was Goldilocks, right? And the story happened in the forest, and we don't know what time it happened, but it was in the forest in the bear's house. So that's these two. But what we really want to talk about, what we're going to be writing about when you read your stories, is the plot. What happened in the beginning, what happened in the middle, and what happened at the very end. So to do that, you can get any regular piece of paper. So here's mine, and I folded mine into 3. And you're going to write your name, the date, and the title of the book. And then I just put beginning, middle, and end. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a marker. Here we go. I'll write my name at the top. And then the name of my book is Goldilocks. And the 3, oh, I'm running out of space. And that's okay. And then the dates. Right up at the top. So at the beginning of the book, I would say Goldilocks, and you can write or you can draw, whatever's best for you. So what I remember happening in the book is that Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house, and she kind of invited herself in, right? So there's Goldilocks. That's my version of Goldilocks. So she gets to the bear's house, and she walks into their house without being invited, right? So that's what happened in the beginning. And in the middle, she tried all the porridges. And here's so there's the big one, and then the medium one, and the little one. And so she ate the little one, right? So I'm just going to draw Goldilocks right here. And then she sat on the chairs, and she sat on Dad's big chair. So there's his big chair, and it was too hard. So she didn't like it. So I'm going to make a sad face there. And then she tried Mom's soft, cushiony chair. So here she is trying Mom's. And she didn't like this one either. She said it was too soft. And then she tried Baby Bear's chair. She liked Baby Bear's chair. So I'm going to draw her smiling. But then she broke it, right? Uh-oh. Oh, Goldilocks. And then she decided maybe she should lay down. And so then she tried all the beds. So there's my bed. And she decided, and there's a pillow, that she was going to take a nap on Baby Bear's bed because that was the one that she liked. So there she is taking a nap. And at the very end of the story, the bears came home. So here's Papa Bear. It's not a very good bear, but, we do our best. And then there's Mama Bear. I'm going to put a bow in her head so we know that it's Mom. And there's her belly and her arms and her feet. And then there was Baby Bear, right? And they discover Goldilocks, and she was so scared after they discovered that she was in their house. She screamed, and there's her hair. And she ran away. So I'm going to do little action marks. She's running away. So at the end, she ran away when she saw the bears, and she never came back. So there's the plot, right? The beginning, what happened in the middle, and what happened in the end. So make sure that you're writing these things down when you read your book. And I would love to see what you guys wrote, and you can always label them. You can always add words to it and practice your writing. So keep reading and keep pushing and challenging yourself. Bye, guys.